Hi, my name's Aloysius Hayes.
And my name is Maxine Young.
Welcome to our last bulletin for 2018.
The year has gone so fast.
After 5 years, our principal, Mr. Ashcroft, is moving to Melbourne to take up a new job.
Mr. Isaac had a chance to catch up.
This is Mr. Roger Ashcroft. He's been at Yirara for how long, Roger?
5 years.
So, what brought you to Yirara?
Well, I sometimes wonder about that. It's similar to you, a calling, and my whole life has been, since getting into education, has been about callings. It's the reason I became a teacher. My last school, I was the principal for 12 years there, and God did some amazing things there as well. And it got to year 12 at my last school, and we'd done what I wanted to do, got the school to year 12, so I thought next challenge. And my wife found this ad in the paper about Yirara College. She said, oh, you thought about we could go to Alice Springs and we could go and work up there. So that's what we did. We came to Alice Springs. I got the job through a lot of interviews and whatnot, but got the job. It was totally different. I dealt with Indigenous people in Shepparton, where I came from, and just totally different. So came here and it just opened my eyes thinking, wow, what have we got ourselves in for? But once you get over that, you start to think, right, what does God want me to do? And I believe that God wanted me to make this place even better than it was. So a lot of work by myself and other staff to get it to where it is today, and I'm quite content with where we've got it to now. And I'm just hoping that it just keeps going with Chris England and to be even a better school, because he'll have gifts that I haven't got, same as I've got gifts that he hasn't got. And so it'll be a great thing to see it even go further with him. Even the new things looking at today, with 3D printers and laser cutters and things like that, you think, wow, this is going to be really good. So these kids have got a lot to offer.
So let's dive into that a little bit more. What are some of the things that you've tried to bring to Yirara?
Horses, that didn't work. There is
Fair
mistakes.
enough.
There is mistakes. As much as I like to talk about the positives, there is definitely, if you want change and you're willing to try change, and you know that God's behind you in all this, occasionally you make a mistake, and the horses was not a good one. And I'm sure there's other people could bring up, but the horses is the one which comes to mind, because no one wanted to clean up after the horses, which I thought they'd be really happy to be part of the horses, but no. Okay. So we got rid of the horses a while back.
So certainly when you come to a new area, you want to bring things that you know work, but also have to adapt. So how have you seen God work at Yirara since you've been here?
I've seen God work in these students' lives. When I first came here and you speak to students, you say, well, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? And they'd name the store or the police station or whatever's in community, the school, and different things. They'd say, oh yeah, these sorts of things. But haven't you thought about the whole world? Like there's all sorts of things out there. And what I've seen, and I've seen God work in these students' lives, is that now these kids have got so much to choose from. They've got so many things. And one of the girls wants to be an airline hostess, someone else wants to be a helicopter pilot. Jobs like this which are available to everyone. And it's getting these kids' confidences up to say, yes, you can do it. I can do it, you can do it. It's there for everyone. So that's just what I've seen change.
Of course. Well, those are some awesome changes to see the dreams of kids starting to blossom and bloom.
Yeah.
And hopefully Yirara is great at equipping the kids to be able to take on those dreams and make them become a reality.
That's right, yeah.
So what are some things that you're going to miss, Roger, about Alice Springs and about Yirara College? What are you going to miss?
I'm going to miss the people. Always the people. It's, admittedly we have some big issues here sometimes, but at the end of the day, we all come back together, and it's about us, and it's about the kids, and it's about what we're raising here and what we're doing with these kids, and trying to grow them into being strong Christians, to have a life, to have great families, and do all these sorts of things. That's what I'll miss. And I'm sure once I've been gone for a month or two, I'll start thinking, oh, I'll miss this and I'll miss that.
Right. I think I'm in the same boat as you are. I think the people are definitely going to be the biggest thing that I'll miss when I have to leave as well.
a place isn't the same without the people, so the people make it, yeah.
So tell us where you're going. Tell us what the future has in store for you and for Jan.
So we're heading down to Melbourne. We've got our 2 daughters down there, and my dad and sister and brother are down there as well. So going to live in the cold again in Melbourne. Taking a job on, which is what am I? The Director of Leadership and Innovation. It should be quite overseeing other principals and trying to help them get their schools on track and things. So I'm quite pleased that I even got asked to do this sort of job, and I think it'll be great talking to other principals about some of the things you can do to make your school better and improve it. So yeah.
So now that you've made it to the point in your career where you're consulting other principals of other schools, do you feel like you've made it?
I feel old.
You feel old?
Old. I don't even think I've made it. I just feel old. 57, and this is what I'm doing. Okay.
Well, we appreciate every single year, every single hour, every single day that you put in.
Oh,
You've made such a huge difference in everybody's lives.
Thank you.
So Mr. Chris England is coming in to take over, and if you had one piece of advice that you would tell him about being the principal at Yirara College, what would you tell him?
Make relationships. Make relationships. That's what it's all about. I remember when I first came here, these 4 girls wouldn't go to class, and I said, "Excuse me, you need to go to class." And they looked at me. Then they went back talking again. They don't even know who I am. I'd say about relationships.
Yep.
And it's the same with people. Everything is about relationships and how we get along. Be forgiving, all of that sort of stuff, you know, and keep going with the school and keep it going in the right direction.
Well, it certainly sounds like you're speaking to your Christian roots and letting that kind of take over as you do things the way you've done them here for the past 5 years.
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're going to miss you, Roger.
Thanks, mate.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
From everyone here at Yirara, we thank you, Mr. Ashcroft and Miss Jen, for your years of commitment and passion.
You have introduced so many exciting programs and opportunities, as you have helped us to learn and grow in so many ways.
God bless you,
Miss Jan and Mr. Ashcroft, and your family in your new chapter of life. Building relationship is an important part of learning. The other week we had the chance to spend time with staff away from the sometimes necessarily structured place called a classroom. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Leroy Jones. The other day, the fellas enjoyed some time away from school. Where did we go?
We were lucky enough to go to Ormiston Gorge with a number of great staff members and the fellas. I saw this as an opportunity to mix in with students I don't usually spend time with at school. I think relationships are very important because memories can last a lifetime, and it's always the little things that matter the most.
What was the weather like?
The weather was perfect to be outdoor, which I think is important because a spot like Ormiston is unique, and to have spent the day out there was a good way to learn some more personalities of our students.
What was one of the highlights for you?
The students couldn't go past doing flips on the sand and into the water. They make it seem so effortless. It's unbelievable how athletic our students are.
After a long day, we were really tired.
Yeah, well, on the way back, majority of the fellas fell asleep after a long trip into town, but the day was well worth it.
time, Mr. Shane.
No worries, it was great spending the day out there with you fellas.
A number of our seniors are away as part of a rewards program for trying hard this term and throughout the year.
Let's have a look at this teaser. As the full story, we will show term 1 next year.
Hi, we're in Canton. We're at Sky Rails and we went down to Crandon. Yeah, Crandon, which is down that way. And we're pretty scared because it's like high and I don't know.
My name is Jeremiah George and this is Lazarus Horn. And outside Sandy, we are the Clontarf fellows at Yirara College. And we are heading to Melbourne for the Clontarf seniors trip, end of year trip. Yep. So at the moment we're just getting our stuff loaded and getting ready to go to the airport. And from there we'll get to the airport and fly to Melbourne. From Melbourne we'll be seeing these other people up there and then start having presentation things happening. Straight off from there after the presentation, we'll be going to the Essendon club, see them train and all that stuff, and probably have some few things. Yeah. How do you feel about this trip?
Dark, rewarding, but yeah. Hopefully your juniors New Year 9s can look forward to next year and try to in the sport next year.
Yep.
But yeah.
The Australian newspaper flew up a reporter and photographer to spend a couple of days exploring our college. We enjoyed the chance to show them many things we do at our school.
Some of the fun in science this week was we learned a bit about motors, solar panels and how to make things go.
Next week we are traveling home for a well-earned break. But before we go, we are looking forward to a great Christmas concert.
See you next year. Keep safe, stay strong, and try hard to do the right thing every day. Bye.